Good morning. I'm Harvey Mason Jr., songwriter, music producer, and CEO of the Recording Academy. I'm so excited to welcome you to the Academy's annual nomination announcement. We're live in Los Angeles from the Grammy Museum, where we curate music's rich history and nurture its bright future. Every year, 25,000 school kids come here, many of them getting their first exposure to music education. Kids who then walk out into the world inspired, their minds ignited by the miracle of music. But today, we're here to announce this year's Grammy nominees, a recognition that will change the trajectory of people's careers and lives forever. But we're also here to acknowledge the miracle of music, to celebrate music's power to lift people up, to bring them together, to move them to dance, to cry, and maybe most importantly, to love. We're here to remind the world and each other that there's magic in music, and if anything deserves a season dedicated to honoring and celebrating it, it's music. So today, the season of celebration begins. I'll be joined by some amazing guests as we read this year's Grammy nominees. Now, these selections aren't made by journalists or fans or people in some secret chamber. They're made by the thousands of music professionals that make up our Academy membership. Songwriters, composers, artists, producers, engineers, they've all listened to the entries, and they've carefully evaluated the music for its quality, its technical merits, and artistry. And I don't think I need to tell you how difficult that is. If you're like me, what you think is the best song you've ever heard pretty much changes every week. So this is a really tough process. But every year, our Academy members vote to recognize their peers and honor what they feel is the music of the year. The season of music celebration continues in just 2 nights when the Latin Grammys are live in Las Vegas. You can watch that on Univision starting at 5 o'clock Pacific time. The celebration will then pick back up here in Los Angeles for Grammy Week and culminate with the 65th Grammy Awards on February 5th at Crypto.com Arena, airing on CBS at 5 o'clock Pacific. And throughout the year, there'll be so many incredible events and amazing moments. We'll be saluting 50 years of hip hop. We'll host our 2nd annual Recording Academy Honors event, sponsored by the Black Music Collective. The pre-Grammy Gala will be back this year. And of course, there's the Music Cares Person of the Year event, where we'll be honoring 2 icons, 2 legends, Berry Gordy and Smokey Robinson. So let's get started. It was an incredible year of music, and we have so much to celebrate. To kick off the festivities, let's start with some music. It's my honor to introduce the 3-time Grammy-winning duo, Dan and Shay.
So this song we're about to sing is a very special one to us. This is the song that won us our very first Grammy Award, and I remember that moment like it was yesterday. We're out in Los Angeles, California. Had no expectations to win. I mean, that's something we'd been dreaming of our entire lives. We're sitting there with some of our favorite artists in the entire world, and they called our name. We freaked out. That moment was such a blur. It was so crazy, but it's one of the greatest nights of our entire lives, and it changed our lives. It really did, and set our career on a whole new trajectory. And we after that, we had to compose ourselves because we got to perform the song on the show. It was insane.
I've never been more nervous in my entire life. I could hear my heart beating through my chest. It was crazy. So many famous people around us. I'm looking down and seeing Beyonce. So thank you guys, all the voters, for voting for us. We are so humbled and honored to have won a Grammy, our very first one, for this song right here. The song is called Tequila. I can still shut down the party. I can hang with anybody. I can drink whiskey and red wine, champagne all night, little scotch on the rocks, and I'm fine, I'm fine. But when I taste tequila, baby, I still see you cutting up the floor in a sorority t-shirt, same one you wore when we were sky high in Colorado. Your lips pressed against the bottle, swearing on a Bible, baby, I never leave it. I remember how bad I need you when I taste tequila. when I taste tequila. I can kiss somebody brand new and not even think about you. I could show up to the same bar, hear the same songs in my car. Baby, a memory, it only hits me this hard. When I taste tequila, baby, I still see you cutting up the floor in a sorority t-shirt, the same one you wore when we were sky high in Colorado. Your lips pressed against the bottle, swimming on a Bible, baby, I never leave you. I remember how bad I need you when I taste tequila. When I taste tequila. I ain't even drunk, and I'm thinking how I need your love, how I need your love, yeah, it sinks in. When I taste tequila, baby, I still see you in a sorority t-shirt, the same one you wore when we were sky high in Colorado. Your lips pressed against the bottle, swearing on a Bible, baby, I never leave you. I remember how bad I need you when I taste tequila. When I taste tequila. Oh, when I taste tequila. When I taste tequila.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you, Dan and Shay. That was great. And now, to begin the nominations, it's my pleasure to introduce a legendary artist coming to us from Brooklyn, New York. She's a 2-time Grammy winner and a 16-time nominee. Ladies and gentlemen, Cyndi Lauper.
I'm honored to be participating in this year's Grammy nomination ceremony. I'll never forget the first time I was nominated for a Grammy. I actually was nominated for 7. It was 1984. I was on the Fun Tour, and my manager came in and told me, and it was unbelievable. Because when you go to the Grammys, and you're there with this community of wonderful artists and people that you listen to all your life, and just to stand in the same room with everyone is life-changing, was for me. Anyway, whether it's your 20th or your first, having your art recognized by your peers is as special as it gets. So, good luck to everyone. And now, here are the nominees for this year's Best in the fields of dance and electronic music and pop. My favorites.
For Best Pop Solo Performance, the nominees are Easy on Me, Adele; Moscow Mule, Bad Bunny; Woman, Doja Cat; Bad Habit, Steve Lacy; About Damn Time, Lizzo; As It Was, Harry Styles. For Best Pop Duo or Group Performance, the nominees are Don't Shut Me Down, ABBA; Bam Bam, Camila Cabello featuring Ed Sheeran; My Universe, Coldplay and BTS; I Like You, A Happier Song, Post Malone and Doja Cat; Unholy, Sam Smith and Kim Petras. For Best Traditional Pop Vocal Album, the nominees are Higher, Michael Bublé; When Christmas Comes Around, Kelly Clarkson; I Dream of Christmas, Extended, Norah Jones; Evergreen, Pentatonix; Thank You, Diana Ross. For Best Pop Vocal Album, Voyage, ABBA. 30, Adele. Music of the Spheres, Coldplay. Special, Lizzo. Harry's House, Harry Styles. For Best Dance Electronic Recording, the nominees are Break My Soul, Beyoncé. Rosewood, Bonobo. Don't Forget My Love, Diplo and Miguel. I'm Good, Blue, David Guetta and BB Rexa. Intimidated, Kaytranada featuring Her. On My Knees, Rufus Du Sol. For Best Dance Electronic Music Album, Renaissance, Beyoncé. Fragments, Bonobo. Diplo, Diplo. The Last Goodbye, Odessa. Surrender, Rufus Du Sol.
Thank you, Cyndi. Congratulations to our first group of nominees. Now let's keep it going. It's my pleasure to present the nominations for composing, arranging. For Best Instrumental Composition, the nominees are African Tales, El País Invisible, Fronteras Border Suite, Al Musafir Blues, Refuge, Snapshots. For Best Arrangement, Instrumental, or A Cappella, the nominees are, thank you, How Deep Is Your Love? Main titles, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Scrapple from the Apple. For Best Arrangement, Instruments and Vocals, the nominees are Let It Happen, Never Gonna Be Alone, Optimistic Voices, No Love Dying, Songbird, orchestral version, and 2 + 2 = 5. Congratulations to the nominees in composing and arranging. Now to the best rap categories. For Best Rap Performance, the nominees are God Did, DJ Khaled featuring Rick Ross, Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, John Legend, and Friday. Vegas by Doja Cat. Pushin' P by Gunna and Future featuring Young Thug. FNF, Let's Go by Hit Kid and Glorilla. The Heart, Part 5 by Kendrick Lamar. For Best Melodic Rap Performance, the nominees are, thank you, Beautiful by DJ Khaled featuring Future and SZA. Wait For You by Future featuring Drake and Tems. First Class by Jack Harlow. Die Hard by Kendrick Lamar featuring Blast and Amanda Reefer. Big Energy Live by Lotto. For Best Rap Song, the nominees are Churchill Downs, God Did, The Heart Part 5, Pushin' P, Wait For You. And finally, for Best Rap Album, the nominees are God Did by DJ Khaled, I Never Liked You, Future, Come Home, The Kids Miss You by Jack Harlow, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers by Kendrick Lamar, It's Almost Dry by Pusha T. Congratulations to all the nominees in rap. It's an incredible collection of artists. Okay, I mentioned earlier that along with legendary Motown boss Berry Gordy, we're also honoring Smokey Robinson, the artist and songwriter who was once part of the group The Miracles and who is responsible for iconic songs like You Really Got a Hold on Me, I Second That Emotion, The Tears of a Clown, Cruisin', and so many, many, many others. It's my privilege to welcome to the podium one of my heroes and one of the all-time greats, Smokey Robinson. Smokey.
Thank you, Harvey. Thanks to the Academy for including me today and for the Great Music Cares honor you're bestowing on my best friend Berry Gordy and me. You know, I like to say that Motown is the greatest musical family and company that ever happened in the history of music. So I'm extremely grateful that in this season of celebrating music, there'll be a celebration of Motown. Harvey, you brought up songwriting. It is my distinct privilege as a fellow songwriter to announce the nominees of 2 Songwriter Awards. The first is Songwriter of the Year. This is one of the 5 new Grammy Awards, a beautiful way to shine a spotlight on our craft. And the nominees for the inaugural Songwriter of the Year Award are Amy Allen, Naja Charles, Tobias Jesso Jr., The Dream, and Laura Veltz. Congratulations, you've all just made history. And now the Grammy Award for Song of the Year. The nominees are ABCDEFU, About Damn Time, All Too Well, 10-minute version, the short film. As It Was, Bad Habit, Break My Soul, Easy on Me, God Did, The Heart Part 5, Just Like That. And now over to Luis Fonsi in Las Vegas.
Hola, it's Luis Fonsi, and I'm here in Las Vegas, where I will be hosting and celebrating the biggest night in Latin music at the 23rd Annual Latin Grammy Awards, live in 2 days this Thursday on Univision at 8 p.m. Eastern and Pacific, 7 p.m. Central Time. Latin music continues to grow and thrive and influence culture all over the world, and it is my distinct pleasure to share with you the Grammy nominees for the Latin music categories. Buena suerte, mi gente.
For Best Latin Pop Album, the nominees are Aguilera, Cristina Aguilera, Pasieros, Rubén Blades, and Boca Live. De Adentro Pa' Fuera, Camilo. Viajante, Fonseca. Dharma Plus, Sebastián Yatra. For Best Música Urbana Album, Trap Cake, Volumen 2, Rauw Alejandro. Un Verano Sin Ti, Bad Bunny. Legend Daddy, Daddy Yankee. La 167, Farruko. The Love and Sex Tape, Maluma. For Best Latin Rock or Alternative Album, the nominees are El Alimento, Cima Funk. Tinta y Tiempo, Jorge Drexler. 1940, Carmen, Mon Laferte. Alegoría, Gaby Moreno. Los Años Salvajes, Pito Páez. Motomami, Rosalía. For Best Regional Mexican Music Album, including Tejano. Abeja Reina, Chiquis. Un Canto por México, el musical, Natalia Lafourcade. La Reunión, Deluxe, Los Tigres del Norte. EP número 1, Forajido, Cristian Nodal. Qué ganas de verte, Deluxe, Marco Antonio Solís. For Best Tropical Latin Album, the nominees are Pa' Ya Voy, Mark Anthony. Quiero Verte Feliz, La Santa Cecilia. Lado A, Lado B, Víctor Manuel. Legendario, Tito Nieves. Imágenes Latinas, Spanish Harlem Orchestra. Cumbiana 2, Carlos Vives.
Am I on? All right. Hi, everybody. I am Machine Gun Kelly, and I'll be attempting to read for the first time in my life today. Good luck to all the artists up for the awards at the Latin Grammys. Got some friends I'll be rooting for there. And I'm happy to be here celebrating music of all kinds and excited to read the nominees for music for visual media. First, we have the Best Compilation Soundtrack for Visual Media Album. And the nominees are Elvis, Encanto, Stranger Things, soundtrack from the Netflix series Season 4, Volume 2, Top Gun Maverick, and West Side Story. For Best Score Soundtrack for Visual Media, which includes film and television, the nominees are The Batman, Encanto, No Time to Die, The Power of the Dog, Succession Season 3. This one's cool. This is for the first time the Grammys are presenting a standalone category that recognizes music for video games. So for Best Score Soundtrack for Video Games and Other Interactive Media Album, the nominees are Aliens Fireteam Elite, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Dawn of Ragnarok, Call of Duty Vanguard, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, and Old World. And for Best Song Written for Visual Media, the nominees are Be Alive from King Richard, Carolina from Where the Crawdads Sing, Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick, Keep Rising, The Woman King from The Woman King, Nobody Like You from Turning Red, and We Don't Talk About Bruno from Encanto. Congratulations to all the nominees in the field of music for visual media, and now up next are the nominees for Best Comedy Album. Sick. Comedy Monster by Jim Gaffigan, A Little Brains, A Little Talent by Randy Rainbow, Sorry by Louis C.K., The Closer by Dave Chappelle, and We All Scream by Patton Oswalt. Congratulations and good luck. And now over to Gail and Nate in New York. I'm out.
Hello to you. We are here.
That's right, here on the set of CBS Mornings.
CBS is a very proud partner of the Grammys and the Recording Academy. So don't forget, mark your calendars. The 65th Grammy Awards show will air on CBS. When is that?
February 5th.
That's a Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. Tune in to watch this telecast and be prepared to be blown away.
It's true, Gail. The last couple of Grammy shows in particular have been incredible, and we are expecting the same this year. Okay,
I'm
it
ready.
is our pleasure to announce the nominees for the R&B categories. First, for R&B performance, the nominees are Virgo's Groove, Beyonce, Over, Lucky Day, Hurt Me So Good, Jasmine Sullivan, Here With Me, Mary J. Blige featuring Anderson .Paak, Hours and Hours, Money Long.
All those are good. Hurt Me So Good, Nate. Hurt Me So Good. Now the nominees for
Gail.
traditional R&B, for an R&B performance. Do For Love, that's Snow Allegra. Plastic Off the Sofa, you know that's Beyonce. Good Morning Gorgeous, Mary J. Blige. Keep On Fallin', that's Babyface featuring Ella Mai. Round Midnight, that's Adam Blackstone featuring Jasmine Sullivan.
Ooh. This next award gives me chills to think about. It was originally won by Otis Redding in 1969.
Wow.
Prince, Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, all of the greats. Whew. The nominees for Best R&B Song are Cuff It, Good Morning Gorgeous, Hours and Hours, Hurt Me So Good, Please Don't Walk Away.
I won't.
Okay, Gail, stay right here. And now, the nominees for Progressive R&B Album. Operation Funk, Corey Henry. Drones, Terrace Martin. Red Balloon, Tank and the Bangers. Gemini Rights, Steve Lacy. Starfruit, Moonchild.
And I've got the nominees for Best R&B Album. They are Watch the Sun, that's P.J. Morton. Black Radio 3, Robert Glasper. Good Morning Gorgeous, that of course is Mary J. Blige. Breezy, Chris Brown. Candy Drip, Lucky Day.
We are also excited to announce the nominees for 2 more Grammy Awards. For Best Music Video, the nominees are Easy on Me, Adele. Yet to Come, BTS. Woman, Doja Cat. The Heart Part 5, Kendrick Lamar. As It Was, Harry Styles. All Too Well, the short film, Taylor Swift.
I think it's hard to pick in that category. And finally, this year's Grammy nominees for music film are Adele, One Night Only, Adele. Our World, that's Justin Bieber. Billie Eilish Live at the O2, Billie Eilish. Motomami, that's Rosalia. Jazz Fest, a New Orleans story with various artists. A Band, a Brotherhood, a Barn, that's Neil Young and Crazy Horse.
Hello, I'm Lettuce C., artist, songwriter, music producer, and president of the Los Angeles chapter of the Recording Academy. It is an honor to participate in this annual celebration of music and to represent the voting membership responsible for these nominations. I applaud you for your dedication and the work you put into honoring and recognizing your peers. You are why the Grammy matters so much. Thank you. I'm excited to announce the nominees in several fields, so here we go. For Best Alternative Music Performance, the nominees are There'd Better Be a Mirror Ball by Arctic Monkeys, Certainly by Big Chief, King by Florence and the Machine, Shay Lounge by Wet Leg, Spitting Off the Edge of the World by Yeah Yeah Yeahs featuring Perfume Genius. For Best Alternative Music Album, the nominees are We by Arcade Fire, Dragon, New Warm Mountain, I Believe in You by Big Thief, Fosora by Bjork, Wet Leg by Wet Leg, Cool It Down by Yeah Yeah Yeahs. Oh, for Best New Age, Ambient, or Chant Album, the nominees are Posatino, Songs by Will Ackerman, Joy by Paul Avgenoris, Mantra Americana by Modidas, Dave Stringer with Bhakti, yeah, Without Borders, I did it. The Passenger by Cheryl B. Engelhardt, and Mystic Mirror by White Sun. For Best Children's Music Album, the nominees are Into the Little Blue House by Wendy and DB, Los Fabulosos by Lucky Diaz and the Family Jam Band, The Movement by Alphabet Rockers, Ready, Set, Go by Divinity Rocks, Space Cadet by Justice Roberts. For Best Recording Package, the nominees are Beginless Beginning, Divers, Everything Was Beautiful, Telos, Voyeurist. For Best Boxed or Special Limited Edition Package, the nominees are Artist Inspired by Music, Interscope Reimagined, Big Mess, Black Pumas Collector's Edition Box Set, Book, In and Out of the Garden, Madison Square Garden, 81, 82, 83. For Best Album Notes, the nominees are The American Clave Recordings, Andy Irvine and Paul Brady, Harry Parched, 1942, Life's Work, a Retrospective, Yankee Hotel Foxtrot 20th Anniversary Super Deluxe Edition. For Best Historic Album, the nominees are, I got a lot of categories here. Against the Odds, 1974 to 1982. The Goldberg Variations, the complete unreleased 1981 studio sessions. Life's Work, a retrospective. To Whom It May Concern, Yankee Hotel Foxtrot, 20th Anniversary Super Deluxe Edition. Wow, congratulations to all the nominees. Now it is my distinct honor, pleasure to welcome to the stage the amazing and multi-talented artist, songwriter, producer, television star, 12-time Grammy-winning, and National Recording Academy trustee, my friend, John Legend.
Thank you, Lettucey. We are here to celebrate this year's Grammy nominees, but the Recording Academy does so much more than just give out these awards. The Academy is a not-for-profit organization that supports our members and the music community year-round through education, philanthropy, and advocacy. Now, we've all heard our Grammy winners say, I probably said it myself, I'd like to thank the Academy. So music fans everywhere should know that the gratitude that we artists show in that moment isn't only for the trophy, it's for the Academy's service to the music community. So thank you, Academy. Now it is my honor to announce some more nominees. First, the jazz category. For Best Improvised Jazz Solo, the nominees are Rounds Live by soloist Ambrose Akinmusire. Keep Holding On, soloist Gerald Albright. Falling, soloist Melissa Aldana. Call of the Drum, soloist Marcus Baylor. Cherokee Coco, soloist John Beasley. Endangered Species, soloist Wayne Shorter and Leo Genovese. For Best Jazz Vocal Album, the nominees are The Evening, Live at Apparatus by the Baylor Project. Linger a While by Samara Joy. Fade to Black by Carmen Lundy. 50 by the Manhattan Transfer with the WDR Funkhouse Orchestra. Ghost Song by Cecile McLaurin Salvant. For Best Jazz Instrumental Album, the nominees are New Standards Volume 1 by Terry Lynn Carrington, Chris Davis, Linda Mahan O, Nicholas Payton, and Matthew Stevens. Live in Italy by the Peter Erskine Trio. Long Gone by Joshua Redman, Brad Meldow, Christian McBride, and Brian Blade. Live at the Detroit Jazz Festival by Wayne Shorter, Terry Lynn Carrington, Leo Genovese, and Esperanza Spalding. And Parallel Motion by Yellow Jackets. For Best Large Jazz Ensemble Album, the nominees are Bird Lives by John Beasley, Magnus Lindgren, and SWR Big Band. Remembering Bob Friedman by Ron Carter and the Jazzar Festival Big Band, directed by Christian Jacob. Generation Gap Jazz Orchestra by Stephen Feifke, by Bijan Watson, Generation Gap Jazz Orchestra. Center Stage by Steve Gadd, Eddie Gomez, Ronnie Cuber, and WDR Big Band, conducted by Michael Abene. Architecture of Storms by Remy Leboeuf, Assembly of Shadows. For Best Latin Jazz Album, the nominees are Fandango at the Wall in New York by Arturo O'Farrell and the Afro-Latin Jazz Orchestra, featuring the Congra Patria Son Jarocho Collective. Crisalida by Danilo Perez, featuring the Global Messengers. If You Will by Flora Purim. Rhythm and Soul by Arturo Sandoval. Música de las Américas by Miguel Zenon. And now, for Best Reggae Album, the nominees are The Calling by Kabaka Pyramid, Gifted by Coffee, Scorcha by Sean Paul. Third Time's the Charm by Protege. Come Fly With Me by Shaggy. Now, the nominees in the global category. For Best Global Music Performance, the nominees are Udhero Na by Arush Aftab and Anushka Shankar. Give Me Love by Matt B and Eddie Kenzo. Last by Burna Boy. Never Bow Down by Rocky Dawooni featuring Black Hero. Bayetha by Wouter Kellerman, Zakis Bantwini, and Nomsebo Zikode. For Best Global Music Album, the nominees are Shurat by Berkeley Indian Ensemble. Love Damini by Burna Boy. Queen of Sheba by Angelique Kidjo and Ibrahim Malouf. Between Us Live by Anushka Shankar, Metropole Orchestra, and Jules Buckley featuring Manu Delago. Sakura by Masa Takumi. And lastly, the nominees in Record of the Year. Don't Shut Me Down by ABBA. Easy on Me by Adele. Break My Soul by Beyoncé. Good Morning Gorgeous by Mary J. Blige. You and Me on the Rock by Brandi Carlile featuring Lucius. Woman by Doja Cat. Bad Habit by Steve Lacy. The Heart Part 5 by Kendrick Lamar. About Damn Time by Lizzo. And As It Was by Harry Styles. And now, Dan and Shay.
What's up, everybody? It's Dan and Shay here. We just wanted to say a few quick words about the Grammys. The Grammys have meant so much to us in our lives, more than we can even put into words, actually. But, you know, we grew up watching the Grammy Awards and dreaming of one day just being able to attend the Grammys as fans, to sit in those seats, to watch that show live and in person. And because of y'all, the voters, because of the fans, we were able to win 3 consecutive Grammys, starting with Tequila. And, man, I just get the chills thinking back to that moment. It changed our lives forever. And when you start thinking about that, your mind goes to all the greats who've won Grammys before you, especially in our genre, country music. And we couldn't skip out on acknowledging one of the giants in country music who we lost this year, Miss Loretta Lynn.
She was such an inspiration to millions of people, ourselves included, a multi-Grammy Award winner and a trailblazer in every sense of the word. Loretta, thank you so much for your contributions to country music. We love you and we miss you.
And here are the nominees for American Roots, Classical, and Country Music.
For Best American Roots Performance, the nominees are Someday It'll All Make Sense, Bluegrass Version, Bill Anderson featuring Dolly Parton. Life According to Rachel, Madison Cunningham. Oh Betty, Fantastic Negrito. Stomp and Ground, Aaron Neville with the Dirty Dozen Brass Band. Prodigal Daughter, Aoife O'Donovan and Allison Russell. For Best Americana Performance, Silver Moon, a tribute to Michael Nesmith, Eric Alex Andrakis. There You Go Again, Asleep at the Wheel and Lyle Lovett. The Message, The Blind Boys of Alabama and Black Violin. You and Me on the Rock, Brandi Carlile and Lucius. Made Up Mind, Bonnie Raitt. For Best American Root Song, a Songwriters Award, the nominees are Bright Star, Forever, High and Lonesome, Just Like That, Prodigal Daughter, You and Me on the Rock. For Best Americana Album, In These Silent Days, Brandi Carlile. Things Happen That Way, Dr. John. Good to Be, Kebmo. Raise the Roof, Robert Plant and Alison Krauss. Just Like That, Bonnie Raitt. For Best Bluegrass Album, the nominees are Toward the Fray, the infamous String Dusters. Almost Proud, the Del McCurry Band. Calling You From My Mountain, Peter Rowan. Crooked Tree, Molly Tuttle and Golden Highway. Get Yourself Outside, Yonder Mountain String Band. For Best Traditional Blues Album, Heavy Load Blues, Government Mule. The Blues Don't Lie, Buddy Guy. Get On Board, Taj Mahal and Ry Cooder. The Sun is Shining Down, John Mayall. Mississippi Sun, Charlie Musselwhite. For Best Contemporary Blues Album, the nominees are Done Come Too Far, Shamika Copeland. Crown, Eric Gales. Bloodline Maintenance, Ben Harper. Set Sail, North Mississippi All-Stars. Brother Johnny, Edgar Winter. For Best Folk Album, the nominees are Spellbound, Judy Collins. Revealer, Madison Cunningham. The Light at the End of the Line, Janice Ian. Age of Apathy, Aoife O'Donovan. Hell on Church Street, Punch Brothers. For Best Regional Roots Music Album, Full Circle, Sean Ardois and Creole Rock and Soul featuring LSU Golden Band from Tigerland. Natalie Noelani, Natalie Ikamau. Hula Hula Keali'i Onalani, live at the Getty Center. Hula Hula Keali'i Onalani. Lucky Man, Nathan and the Zydeco Cha-Chas. Live at the 2022 New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, Ranky Tanky. For Best Orchestral Performance, Adams, John Luther. Sela, Breath of the World, Doug Perkins. Dvorak, Symphonies No. 7 through 9, Gustavo Dudamel. Eastman, Stay On It, Christopher Roundtree. John Williams, The Berlin Concert, John Williams. Works by Florence Price, Jesse Montgomery, Valerie Coleman, Michael Repper. For Best Opera Recording, the nominees are Aucoin, Eurydice. Blanchard, Fire Shut Up in My Bones. Davis, X, The Life and Times of Malcolm X. For Best Choral Performance, the nominees are Bach, St. John Passion, John Elliott Gardiner. Bourne, Donald Nally. Verdi, Requiem, The Met Remembers 9/11, Yannick Nézet-Séguin. For Best Chamber Music, Small Ensemble Performance, the nominees are Beethoven, Complete String Quartets, Volume 2, The Middle Quartets, Dover Quartet. Musical Remembrances, Neve Trio. Perspectives, Third Coast Percussion. Shaw, Evergreen, Attacca Quartet. What is American, Public Quartet. For Best Classical Instrumental Solo Performance, the nominees are Abels, Isolation Variation, Hilary Hahn. Bach, The Art of Life, Daniil Trifonov. Beethoven, Diabelli Variations, Mitsuko Uchida. Letters for the Future, Time for Three. A Night in Upper Town, the music of Zoran Krajosic, Mok Gergich. For Best Classical Solo Vocal Album, Eden, Joyce DiDonato. How Do I Find You, Sasha Cook. O Pebolo, Lord, How Come Me Here, Will Liverman. Stranger, Works for Tenor by Nico Muhly, Nicholas Pahn. Voice of Nature, The Anthropocene, Renee Fleming. For Best Classical Compendium, the nominees are An Adoption Story, Aspire, A Concert for Ukraine, The Lost Birds, For Best Contemporary Classical Composition, the nominees are Akiho, Lignia Suite, Bermel, Intonations, Gubaidalina, The Wrath of God, Putz, Contact, Simon, Requiem for the Enslaved. For Best Country Solo Performance, the nominees are Heart First, Kelsey Ballerini, Something in the Orange, Zach Bryan, In His Arms, Miranda Lambert, Circles Around This Town, Maren Morris, Live Forever, Willie Nelson. For Best Country Performance by a Duo or Group, Wishful Drinking, Ingrid Andress and Sam Hunt. Midnight Rider's Prayer, Brothers Osborne. Outrun in Your Memory, Luke Combs and Miranda Lambert. Does He Love You, Revisited, Reba McEntire and Dolly Parton. Never Wanted to Be That Girl, Carly Pearce and Ashley McBride. Going Where the Lonely Go, Robert Plant and Alison Krauss. For Best Country Song, a Songwriters Award, the nominees are Circles Around This Town, Doin' This, I Bet You Think About Me, Taylor's version from The Vault, If I Was a Cowboy, I'll Love You Till the Day I Die, Till You Can't. For Best Country Album, the nominees are Growin' Up, Luke Combs, Palomino, Miranda Lambert. Ashley McBride presents Lindaville, Ashley McBride. Humble Quest, Maren Morris. A Beautiful Time, Willie Nelson.
Hi, I'm Olivia Rodrigo, and I'm so excited to be here. Last year, the Academy voters honored me with the Best New Artist Grammy. I think I said that night that it was my biggest dream come true. I remain so grateful, and I am so happy for all the artists, songwriters, producers, engineers, and everyone in the music community who are hearing their names read today. I now have the honor of announcing some more, starting with the rock field. For Best Rock Performance, the nominees are So Happy It Hurts by Bryan Adams, Old Man by Beck, Wild Child by the Black Keys, Broken Horses by Brandi Carlile, Crawl by Idols, Patient Number 9 by Ozzy Osbourne featuring Jeff Beck, Holidays by Turnstile. For Best Metal Performance, the nominees are Call Me Sunshine by Ghost, We'll Be Back by Megadeth, Kill or Be Killed by Muse, Degradation Rules by Ozzy Osbourne featuring Tony Iommi, Blackout by Turnstile. For Best Rock Song, the nominees are Black Summer, Blackout, Broken Horses, Harmonia's Dream, Patient Number 9. For Best Rock Album, the nominees are Dropout Boogie by the Black Keys, The Boy Named If by Elvis Costello and the Imposters, Crawler by Idols, Mainstream Sellout by Machine Gun Kelly, Patient Number 9 by Ozzy Osbourne, Lucifer on the Sofa by Spoon. Congratulations to all the rock nominees. Finally, what a privilege it is to be able to announce the nominees for Best New Artist. They are, thank you, Anita, Omar Apollo, Domi and J.D. Beck, Mooney Long, Samara Joy, Lotto, Måneskin, Toby Nwigwe, Molly Tuttle, and Wet Leg. Congratulations and best of luck to everyone. And now, Jimmy Allen.
Hello. Thank you, Olivia. This is such a great honor. It was a complete dream come true to receive my first Grammy nomination last year, and I'll never forget that feeling that I had when I first found out. and I'm so thrilled to be a part of today's nomination announcements. The Recording Academy has and continues to do a great job supporting creators of all genres, and I'm proud to be here as a member of the Black Music Collective and artists representing country music, my hometown of Milton, Delaware, and my family. Thank you, Academy. Please continue to keep up the great work. Now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the nominees in Contemporary Instrumental, Gospel Contemporary Christian, Production, and an art form that is very near and dear to my heart, musical theater.
For Best Contemporary Instrumental Album, the nominees are Between Dreaming and Joy, Jeff Coffin. Not Tight, Domi and J.D. Beck. Blues, Grant Giesman. Jacob's Ladder, Brad Meldau. Empire Central, Snarky Puppy. For Best Gospel Performance Song, the nominees are Positive, Erica Campbell. When I Pray, Doe. Kingdom, Maverick City Music and Kirk Franklin. The Better Benediction, P.J. Morton. Get Up, Ty Tribbett. For Best Contemporary Christian Music Performance Song, God Really Loves Us, radio version, Crowder featuring Dante Bowe and Maverick City Music. So Good, Doe. For God Is With Us, for King and Country and Hillary Scott. Fear Is Not My Future, Maverick City Music and Kirk Franklin. Holy Forever, Chris Tomlin. Hymn of Heaven, radio version, Phil Wickham. For Best Gospel Album, the nominees are Die to Live, Miranda Curtis. Breakthrough, The Exodus Live, Ricky Dillard. Clarity, Doe. Kingdom Book 1 Deluxe, Maverick City Music and Kirk Franklin. All Things New, Ty Tribbett. For Best Contemporary Christian Music Album, Lion, Elevation Worship. Breathe, Maverick City Music. Life After Death, Toby Mac. Always, Chris Tomlin. My Jesus, Ann Wilson. For Best Roots Gospel Album, the nominees are Let's Just Praise the Lord, Gaither Vocal Band. Confessio, Irish American Roots, Keith and Kristen Getty. The Willie Nelson Family, Willie Nelson. 222, Karen Peck and New River. The Urban Hymnal, Tennessee State University Marching Band. For Best Engineered Album Non-Classical, the nominees are Adolescence, Black Radio 3, Chloe and the Next 20th Century, Harry's House, Wet Leg. For Producer of the Year Non-Classical, the nominees are Boy Wonder, Ernst DeMille, Emile II, Dahi, Jack Antonoff, Dan Auerbach. For Best Remixed Recording, the nominees are About Damn Time, Purple Disco Machine, Break My Soul, Terry Hunter, Easy Lover, Fortet, Slow Song, Paul Wolford, Too Late Now, Soul Wax. For Best Immersive Audio Album, Aguilera, Divine Tides, Memories Do Not Open, Picturing the Invisible, Focus One, Tu Vayun, Beatitudes for a Wounded World. For Best Engineered Album Classical, the nominated engineers are Sean Murphy, Gary Rydstrom, Charlie Post, and Michael Romanowski. Mark Donahue, Jonathan Lackey, Bill Malone, Dan Nichols, and Joe Lambert. Morton Limburg, Bernhard Gutler, Sean Murphy, Nick Squire, and Christoph Stickel. For Producer of the Year Classical, the nominees are Jonathan Allen, Christoph Franke, James Ginsberg, Elaine Martone, Judith Sherman. For Best Musical Theater Album, the nominees are Caroline or Change, Into the Woods, MJ the Musical, Mr. Saturday Night, Six live on opening night, A Strange Loop.
Thank you, Jimmy. Excellent. First, a quick correction. One of the nominees was not listed in the category of Best Arrangement, Instrumental, or A Cappella. So we'd like to recognize As Days Go as the 5th nominee. Congratulations, and we apologize. Okay, it's now a privilege to announce this final set of nominations. For Best Audiobook, Narration, and Storytelling Recording, the nominees are Act Like You Got Some Sense by Jamie Foxx. All About Me, My Remarkable Life in Show Business by Mel Brooks. Aristotle and Dante Dive into the Waters of the World by Lin-Manuel Miranda. Finding Me by Viola Davis. And Music is History by Questlove. Our second to last category is another brand new Grammy Award. We are so happy to dedicate an award specifically to this community. The nominees for Best Spoken Word Poetry Album are Black Men Are Precious, Ethelbert Miller. Call Us What We Carry, poems by Amanda Gorman. Hiding in Plain View by Malcolm Jamal Warner. The Poet Who Sat by the Door by Jay Ivey. You Will Be Someone's Ancestor, Act Accordingly by Amir Suleiman. And finally, the award everyone's waiting for, including me, Album of the Year. Let's take a look at it. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. The nominees for the 65th Grammy Awards Album of the Year are Voyage by ABBA, 30 by Adele, Un Verano Sin Ti by Bad Bunny, Renaissance, Beyonce, Good Morning Gorgeous Deluxe by Mary J. Blige, In These Silent Days by Brandi Carlile, Music of the Spheres by Coldplay, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers by Kendrick Lamar, Special by Lizzo, and Harry's House by Harry Styles. That's a serious category. Congratulations to all the nominees in Album of the Year and to all the nominees across all 91 categories. You did it. Now let the season of celebrating music begin. We're not going to start the celebration at the end of this show without one more performance. I'll come back for a few more closing comments, but now let's hear from Cyndi Lauper.
When I was 8, I had a friend with a pirate smile. Make believe and play pretend we were innocent and wild. Hopped the fence and slammed the gate, running down my alleyway in time to watch Sally's pigeons fly. We love to watch them dive and soar, circle in the sky. as a bird from 3 to 4 and never knowing why. Neighbors pulled their wash back in, put away my Barbie can. Look out overhead while Sally's pigeons fly. I had a fool's confidence that the world had no boundaries, but instinct and common sense, they come in different quantities. My heart began to skip to the beat of the boy next door. She had her eye across the street on someone shy and tall. We lived our dreams and challenged fate until she told me she was late, and Sally let his pigeons out to fly. On the dresser sits a frame with a photograph. Two little girls in ponytails, some 51 years back. She left one night with just enough, was lost from some back alley job. I closed my eyes and Sally's pigeons fly. She never saw those birds again, and me, I can't remember when. A pirate smile hasn't made me cry. I close my eyes and Sally's pigeons fly.
Thank you, Cyndi. Congrats to all the nominees, and thanks to all of our amazing presenters. Also, a big thank you to our performers, Cyndi Lauper and Dan and Shay. Thank you to our board, our chair, Tammy Hurt, our elected leaders, our entire music community, and to our voting members. Finally, we'd like to extend a special thanks to Grey Goose Vodka for sponsoring today's nominations live stream, and also for being the official spirits partner of the 65th Annual Grammy Awards. We'd also like to thank all of our official Grammy Awards presenters and partners: Fiji Water, Frontera Wines, Hilton, IBM, JBL, MasterCard, One Of, People, SiriusXM, United Airlines. And thank you for watching. We'll see you at the Grammy Awards show on Sunday, February 5th at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, airing on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.